Hey everybody, if you're new here, basically I was laid off almost 7 weeks ago and I'm just documenting the process. There's a stickied comment that has a link to the playlist as well as my LinkedIn if you want to take a look at that. Let's start with the good news. So yesterday I applied to 14 or 15 jobs, I forget. I literally just counted and I forget. Probably about half of them I'm definitely not qualified for, but half of them probably definitely was qualified for. Then I heard back from one I applied to yesterday. Turns out it was a scam. The hiring manager sent me a message on LinkedIn with a PDF attached, and the PDF was a screenshot of very weird looking text telling me to message Marty12347 at outlook.com to do an interview. And I was like, yeah, it's a scam. No company's going to have some random name and number Outlook email as their Zoom interview thing. So I reported that message, and yeah. I wasn't rejected from any yesterday. And then while I was watching television and doing some AI consulting, someone was calling me, and it was a number I didn't recognize, and I answered, and it was a recruiter. They had sent me an email a couple weeks ago about a job I was 100% not qualified for, and it was in Bloomington, which is, depending on where in Bloomington, it'd be an hour to an hour and a half drive each way. So I just deleted it. But they called and talked to me about it a bit, and I was like, well, they want you in office 4 days a week, and it's an hour and a half away, and that's not including construction traffic, and there's been construction going on down there for 10 years. It just keeps moving. And so I was like, yeah, no, I probably wouldn't accept that. But then they asked me a bunch of questions, and I could hear them typing, making a file on me. Why am I looking for work? What kind of work would I prefer? Asking me a little bit about the skills I was using at my last job and stuff. So she said she would keep me in mind for other stuff that she's trying to fill. So can't hurt. Don't know if it'll go anywhere, but it seems like a much higher level recruiter than I am. But she saw my resume on Monster. It wasn't scammy or anything. It's not like she was from a call center. It was a local number here in Indiana, and 100% sounded like she was here in Indiana, and she was familiar with locales and traffic patterns and stuff way more than somebody just Googling it would be. So that's kind of cool. The bad news. Well, kind of good news. My mother's decided to go ahead with treatment. She's going to get her port installed tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And then she'll start chemo 2 weeks after that. I think that's mostly for the benefit of my half-brother. He's not taking this whole thing well, and I think this is her way of trying to, make him feel a little bit better about the situation. Could be her too, but it's only stage 3 only because it's in the lymph nodes, but it hasn't spread into any organs, but it is spreading near to organs. So technically there's a ridiculous long shot. One of the drugs they're going to use is Avastin, and the only person I know that's had Avastin is Brian Bishop, formerly from the Adam Carolla podcast for his brain tumor. And that round of Avastin he had, I think, reduced his tumor 50% or something, and it just went into remission. I don't think Mom's going to have that much luck, but you never know with these things. My worry there is that since her immune system's already hot garbage, that she's going to start the chemo, which is going to basically take it out entirely, and then she'll get sepsis or something. Or, I don't know. She has this weird thing on her nose that flares up when she's stressed, and it's some kind of viral infection thing that she's had like her whole life. And I just worry about stuff like that. But anyway, we'll see. The actual bad news is the other family member who I'm still not going to reveal any identifying information about. Their biopsies came back negative from Friday. However, the CT showed a obstructive mass at the exit of their stomach. They're going to hospitalize them today and then transfer them to a better hospital from there. And then they're going to do a assisted endoscopy guided biopsy of that mass. And probably put them on a feeding tube because they've been unable to eat for a week, having mostly like molasses and broth. And then even before that, they were having trouble eat for quite a while, it sounds like. And just like my mom, have lost a considerable amount of weight with not a lot of weight to lose. So we'll see how that develops. I'm starting to just walk around like, what's next? What's life gonna do? Like anytime I hear a settling sound in the house, I'm like, oh great, the roof's coming down, or we're falling into the basement, or like, you know, I used to have PTSD from an event, and it sucked, and it was horrible. And I tried to self-medicate that, and I was drinking like a fifth a day there for a while before I got my act together and took care of it properly. And I've been good for years and years now. Like, I probably haven't been triggered, and I haven't been triggered since I've been married. So, 3 years and change at least. But this doesn't really compare to that. But man, like, I definitely have some of the signs. Like, I'm super agitated a lot, and I just snap. Like, there'll be a sound in the house and I'm alone, and I'll just like snap. So it kind of feels like that, except it doesn't have like those negative biofeedback loops and stuff. Sorry, my sinuses are draining. I know you didn't want to hear that. It's like, man, I need a break, you know? I need a small win. Like, we're doing great, you know? We've still got savings. We're paying our bills. We've got a roof over our heads. We've got a year of food at least to eat in the basement. The garden's coming along. The seedlings should be doing all right. But it's like, man, just like, can I get a break? And not just me, you know, all the people around me. Like, I'm not the one going through cancer, and I'm not the one with the obstruction in my stomach, a mass, but like, I gotta be the one that like holds all the pieces together for at least one of those. And then like the whole job thing, I think it's been 48 days now, something like that. And like, I've not even had an interview in 48 days. Like, the closest thing I've had is that recruiter now. And I feel like the longer I'm unemployed, the worse it's going to be. I've got the contracting to fill that gap on paper, but I just feel like employers are going to be like, yeah. I know a lot of people went through this in 2008, 2009, so I just gotta keep at it. Hopefully the AI consulting continues to last. I was able to do quite a bit yesterday. Hopefully I can do more today. First I gotta go get gas for the mower and then cut the grass, some of it, now that the rains have quit for a few days, because it's supposed to rain again at the end of the week, which is awesome for the peas and stuff and the greens, but not so much when the grass is growing like crazy. Anyway, that's the crap going on in my life today. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm not sure anyone other than my patron even makes it this far into the videos, but they're here for the future. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.